Okay. It's always about one thing: connection. We are leaving the industrial economy and entering the connection economy. You don't have to like it, but it's true. Art is what we call it when someone does something that might connect us to someone else. And either you're in or you're out. Either you want to play this game or you don't. Art doesn't work because we did something conventional and predictable and here it is industrialized, right? Art works because we connected. I hope you'll think about it as you consider whether you want to get off the plane, whether you're willing to lead, whether you care enough to make art, whether you're willing to connect. And it's this: are you going to matter? I hope you will. Thanks for your attention.
Well, for the last the last few weeks, last few months here in the community lockdown, the UK Art Takeover, brought to you by the Arts Council with National Lottery funding, our friends at LGFL, and here we are tonight at the School of Art and Wellbeing in Honiton, Devon. We've had a sign for Pretend. We don't need that sign anymore because we are live. We are live and direct. I should actually be able to press a button here, and here we are. Look, we're actually down at the campfire. We've got a fire pit going on down there. I've run out of people. Everybody's gone and sit by the campfire, but we could have just angled the fire. Let me get somebody up here. Sam. So I've just summoned one of my sons to come and just do the camera. So basically what we can do, I'd like him to just pan round. You have no idea the craziness. Oh my goodness, we've got real fire. We have got health and safety. Can you grab this camera, Sam, and just sort of turn it around and point down to what's going down on the campfire down there? So just point. So basically, hang on, I better get the right camera up, hadn't I? So now you can see there's the fire pit down there. Pan round to the side, Sam, and show everybody what's going on to the left. So we've got a few tents, we've got family camping. Nobody put a bell tent, which is fine. We're just chilling as we go. And swing it right back round this way, Sam, so the wires don't get confused. Come back round this way. And we can show you where the DJ setup is down there. Fergus has been an absolute star. This is the guy who does all the audio, visual and video stuff at the big festivals. And he's absolutely smashed it. So he's basically set up all the gear here. We've got a big screen over there. Keep going around, Sam. We've got DJ Zebedee's going to be doing it over there. We've got a massive screen there, so we're going to be able to play that on the screen. So back to me. This is all about me for 2 seconds. Come on. I'm only joking. So, right, I'm going to press that button there, and that should sort of take us back down to the fire pit. Malumba, can you hear me down there?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, well, we can see for Ed Finch.
It still blows over. Oh my god. It blows everywhere.
So here we are. We're going to go down to the fire pit now. So I'm going to get rid of me. You are live and direct. Malumba, say something. Welcome everybody to.
Hello, can you hear me?
Well, pick the microphone up. Come on. It doesn't work like that. You have to talk into microphones.
Hello.
And get in the camera. Somebody want to, Sam, do you want to go and do the camera down there?
I can't hear you.
Well, yeah, but the world can hear me just because you can't. Ed Finch is in the house.
The classic course.
I might just, Ed, just talk to, you are live, you're live.
Hey, well, hello everybody out there who's been waiting for the last 2 hours.
I think
Get the camera on me. The camera is totally on me, I reckon. But can we see the fire? We spent a lot of time making this fire. And I bet my, I don't know. I think you want a shot with the fire in, and then you'll have all the people of Twitter tuning in just to stare at the fire. Am I still in? Malumba's doing all right. He's in. Am I in? I have no idea.
He's the new fitness
Yeah.
He's the fitness
Go on.
I must admit, I've never wanted to get too close to Ed Finch, never more so than now. But
Good
Ed
heavens.
Finch, if you don't know this man, Sam, just keep doing the camera.
He's a camera operator now. He didn't sign up for that, did he?
Come on, it's the trouble with Sam, I don't want to get too involved. So Ed
Right.
Finch is an absolute legend. If you
Thank
guys
you
don't
very
know,
much.
this man is a teacher in a school in Oxford, senior leader. He runs a thing called Brew Ed, which is basically an event where teachers get together in pubs on Saturday afternoons and do training and education.
I do.
But the big point is that they focus on what they've got in common. They don't do all this divisive stuff. So you need to be speaking to Marianne and Jeffrey because they're just starting a forest school down there.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing
Great.
people,
Yeah.
incredible, very, very much
Yeah.
like minds on the education stuff. And they run this thing called Brew Ed. So we thought, well, we need somebody who likes a beer at this event. Ed's passing through, so here he is.
Thank you.
So Ed's been doing, oh, he's got, there we go.
Well,
Ed's
thank you
been
very
doing a thing called Pandemic.
I've been doing a pandemic music challenge. I've been putting a new song up online every day during the pandemic for as long as it takes. Got a little bit tired of it, to be honest with you, but there's still an audience.
We've got an audience
I didn't think it would go on as long as it has, to be honest with you. Started off, I was putting polls out every day saying, what do you want to hear, people? Now I just grimly plow through another song.
Well, the good thing is we're on StreamYard, so what I'm going to do is get a couple of laptops down here. We can sort of get the vibes going. There's a dozen people or so watching. It's going to build up.
Gonna be
Let's do
amazing.
2 songs, Ed. I'll leave it with you.
Okay, well, I kind of feel a great sadness for these poor people who are stuck here with me. What I would normally be doing is I'd be on the Twitters and I'd be saying, what do you want to hear, people? And I get suggestions, and then I have to cobble it together with no warning. But I didn't bring my laptop, so I have cobbled it together. And the first suggestion was our friend Chris Dyson wanted to hear Sweet Caroline, yeah, which is an old favourite. So we'll have a pop at that one. And so normally I'd be in my bedroom upstairs in front of the laptop doing this. So I just have to imagine all the people singing along on the chorus. But today we've got, at least a dozen people here. So here we go. We'll have a go at Sweet Caroline. No, my word, not like that. Where it began, I can't begin to know it. But then I know it's going strong. Wasn't it spring? Oh, and spring became a summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hands, come on everybody. Touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Here we go. Sweet Caroline, bam, bam, bam. Good times never seemed so good. I'd be inclined, bam, 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 to believe they never would. But now I look at the night and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only 2. And when I hurt, hurting runs off my shoulder. How can I hurt when holding you? Warm, touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Here we go. Sweet Caroline. Good times never seemed so good. I'd be inclined to believe they never would, but now. Finish that one there, go on. Give yourselves a round of applause. I don't know if it picked up on the mic, but there was this glorious sort of angel choir going on around the fire here. It was like, it's a low-tech solution we got here. It's a typical Corsten pig on a stick, but it sounded beautiful. What we have next? Okay, next one was Nick wanted this one. I don't know if he's listening. He's busying away with 900 laptops, trying to solder them together and keep them going through the show. So, yeah, Nick wanted this one. I don't know if it's a sing-along. It might be. I'll have to stop in the middle and turn the page as well. I just hope you'll just think I've sneezed or something. We'll get closed down. Yeah, don't do that. I burped. She packed my bag last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. I miss the earth so much, I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timeless night. Here we go. If they know it, they'll join in. Here we go. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me down to find again. I'm not the man I think I am. Oh, no, no. I'm a rocket man. Oh, a rocket man. Burning out his fuse up here alone. Oh, rocket man. Burning up his fuse up here alone. Turns the page, nobody notices. It's amazing. Mars ain't the place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell, and there's no one there to raise him if you did. And all this science I don't understand. It's just my job 5 days a week. I'm a rocket man, a rocket man. Here we go for the chorus, big time, big time. Go on, hit it. 1, 2, 3. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till a touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man I think I am at home. Oh no, no, I'm a rocket man. Oh, rocket man, burning out his fuse up here above. Oh, rocket man, burning out his fuse up here above. Oh, rocket man, burning out his fuse up here above. I'm a rocket man. There you go. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's hard to credit that you couldn't hear it on the live stream, but it was like it was a good big chorus. I'll do one more for you. I don't know when we're getting that Suggs. Is that Suggs coming along?
Suggs should be on the deck very soon.
Okay, well,
actually.
you know, knowing that he was coming along, I did think we should probably see if we could slide out a Madness track. Probably. Some of them have got funny chords in, so I had a look and see the ones which have got the straightest chords. Do they know which one it is yet, do you reckon? They got no idea, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to put my beer on the page, stop it flapping. Father wears his Sunday best. Mother's tired, she needs a rest. The kids are playing up downstairs. Sister's lying in her sleep. Brother's got a date to keep. He can't hang around. Everybody, here we go. Our house in the middle of our street. Our house in the middle of our house. It has a crowd. There's always something happening. It could be quite loud. Our mum, she's so house proud. Nothing ever slows her down. Here we go. Our house in the middle of our street. Our house in the middle of our house in the middle of our street. Our house in the coast again. Okay, come on, give yourselves a round of applause. See that one there. Well done. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
I've covered that gap. Is he ready to go?
I'm ready to go. We're back. Oh, I've got the camera wrong. Is any bit? Who's up here? Fergus, flip the camera around on me, would you? Oh, gosh. Here we are. If you can get rid of that bit of green screen, keep it all green screen. There we go. Fantastic. Well, that was just amazing. Ed Finch is the man. He's absolutely the man. And here we are at Art Camp. This is the most beautiful setting. You can't imagine a lovelier setting than this. This beats the BBC backstage at Glastonbury. We have got an incredible night lined up for you. We're going to chat with Suggs in a minute. We're going to see Suggs's film, My Life. That takes us up to 11. And then we've got this man, DJ Zebedee. Come over here, man. Just keep our distance. DJ Zebedee is in the house. I'm just so humble.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much. Go. Hello, everyone. Yeah, thank you for having me. It's lovely to be here. It's beautiful. Just been flying the drone and getting some good views, and wow, love it here.
This is a man with a 4K drone, and I don't mean pixels. This is an expensive bit of kit that he had as a bit of a hand-me-down. I'm in the wrong family, obviously.
Yeah, thanks, Dad. Thanks a lot.
So what's the vibe tonight, sir? What's the vibe with the tunes tonight? Is it all sort of banging drum and bass and hip hop? I won't get. Are you gonna? What's the vibe?
You have to stay. I can't tell you. You have to watch. You know, you can't get out the secrets now, can I?
It's funny because there used to be a column in Loaded magazine. You're too young to remember Loaded magazine, but there used to be this. Let me just get rid of those guys. I've got a feeling they got the camera working. There used to be this column in. Why is that still working? Why are we still getting audio from them? That's weird, isn't it? Oh, is that? I turned the wrong one down. That's what it is. You can't get the staff, mate. There used to be a thing in Loaded magazine. Have you got any Spandau Ballet, which is like the rubbish thing you could ever say to DJ? Have you got any Spandau Ballet? Just say no.
No.
Oh, okay, well, that's good. You're booked. You can do the gig. See you at 11 o'clock. Absolutely going to smash it. This is the man. I can't believe he's here. I really can't. I expected him to do a live stream. Send us a couple. In fact, I didn't expect him to do anything. So I didn't think he'd want to do anything for some old geezer like us. We're now going to go live. And we'll press a button live because Chris Sullivan went round to Suggs's earlier and did a little chat with Suggs. And that's where we're going to go now. We are going to go to Suggs in Whitstable and a little chat with him and Chris Sullivan. It's going to be fantastic. I mean, those guys, I don't know if you heard them on BBC Radio London the other day, but they were just off the scale. They really were. They were just hilarious. And I think you can expect something like that tonight. So let's get Suggs on the go. Here we go.
Okay, so here we are in wherever we are, and I'm with somebody here who doesn't need hardly any introduction. Of course, we're here for Steamco. I'm going to have a little chat with Suggs here for the festival this weekend, and we're here to talk about Suggs in his wonderful movie, which is going to be on in just a few minutes. Anyway, tell us about the film, Suggs.
Well, it's called My Life Story. It's a very imaginatively titled My Life Story. It's basically it's a stage show that I did, an autobiographical thing about my life, and it was a very strange sequence of events that happened to me. It was my 50th birthday, and I'm way beyond that now, but at the time I didn't really think it was going to have a huge impact on me. You remember I had a nice party at Wilton.
Fantastic party,
yeah, the old music hall, and that was the night before. That was the only date I could get. So of course then on the actual morning of my birthday I've got the worst hangover known to humanity. And it suddenly comes crashing down. 50, half a century of your life gone. You know what I mean? And it's no cliche to say, it hit me, yeah. And then I'm lying in the bath, right? And my favourite cat jumps on the shelf above the sink, falls off and dies. And it was just like, could it just get any worse, please, God? What have I done? Anyway, it just set me down a track of thinking about my own life. Because I'd had such a disparate upbringing and I'd been so busy with bringing up my own kids, I hadn't really reflected. My kids had just left home also at that point, which was a big kind of ground shaker. And just started to think, and it was funny, this sort of metaphor or analogy of my cat dying made me start thinking about my dad, who died in an asylum when I was a very young person, and it just got me on this trail, without getting too sort of therapy about it, or what do you call it? Supposedly you get this catharsis. I mean, it wasn't really about that. It was just about how did I get where I am, and I thought, well, it's not an uninteresting story. So then I got together with a friend of mine who's a journalist, and we started writing down some ideas, and then it became a one-man show. Julian Temple, who's made the film, came to see it, really liked it, and then kind of dramatized it a little bit. And there was some really shit acting from people like yourself.
Exactly.
I mean, if we could have brought in real actors, we would.
I was playing a bartender. I've never been...
And it was the hottest day of the year.
And
we said, can we make Chris a bit sweaty? I said, you can't make it any sweatier than it is at the moment.
You managed to stick inflatable polystyrene things underneath the Anna Mac, and I was dripping.
But you were supposed to be playing the character of, what was his name? Man Mountain Benny.
That's right.
Who was a club owner in Manchester that my mum used to sing for because she was a jazz singer. Anyway, just one of the many colourful characters that that involved themselves in the story.
So I mean, because I was about being creative, I was a creative who decided to write your memoirs, of course, because you haven't done it before.
No, exactly. And we've talked about it before, but the whole notion of creativity, and you'll find, I think, in lots of this, that if you find your way, like I did with music, then it led you to think, well, actually, maybe I could write as well. Do you know what I mean? Because taking the plunge is the most important thing.
Yes.
Not to say you're going to be any better at it than anybody else. But I'd seen a lot of like stand-up comedians. Well, half of them ain't even funny. You know what I mean? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Michael McIntyre, could you please explain?
I just
skittering about the stage.
I don't
on
get
about
it.
chopsticks.
I don't
back
get
of
it.
The cupboard. Anyway, whatever.
I don't get it. No.
So I thought I'd do a one-man show, and what was great, I got my mate Dino who plays the piano. So I thought it'd be nice to have a bit of comedy, a bit of serious stuff like about my dad, and then sing a few songs along the way.
Yeah, and it was very good too. I came when you did the
You came to see one of the early versions.
Yeah, I
of it.
did right
yeah,
there,
yeah,
and it was most entertaining and very funny. And you're all right. But do you think your upbringing? I mean, you had a difficult upbringing. You're going because you lived in Wales for a while. That's difficult, No, but then coming back to London.
What was it? I remember bringing you one time because I'm coming back from Merthyr. I said to you, what? He said, I'm on the coach. I said, what with all the DVDs and the screens? He went, no, we got our feet through the bottom like the Flintstones. Anyway, that's not to put down anything. No. Wales is a beautiful, very, very highly technological place. But no, I was in the same part of that southwest Wales, down there. And that's that bit of the story. My mum was a jazz singer and she was struggling a little bit, and so I had to go and live with my aunt in Wales for 3 years. I made the joke, which is sort of just one of them black comedy things. Like I used to go there for my summer holidays. Then one year my mum never came back. Or the year after that. It was a 3-year summer holiday.
yeah.
But I loved it, mate. I tell you what, though. I mean, it's a beautiful place, and I made a lot of very, very nice people that are still friends today. And that countryside, coming from London, I mean, it was just unbelievable. I said it was like that cliche of all that Van Morrison stuff. Apple scrumping, making dams, swimming in the river. Hay bales, harvest time. It just was idyllic.
Did your house collapse?
Oh yeah. No, my uncle. We were living in the town, and my uncle took it upon himself to build a bungalow. Two things. One, he got the plans the wrong way round, right? So the front door was in the back garden, right? So you think we're not off to a good start, are we?
Yeah.
And halfway through my time there, unfortunately, my aunt and uncle got divorced, and the bungalow came out in sympathy. And it's huge crack of it. No bit of fresh air in the living room. Do you know what I'm saying?
The son come from a split home.
Remember my aunt going, it's just a bit of fresh air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But as I said, do you think your mum, because your mum was a singer, do you think that was give you the impetus to start singing?
I don't really think so, actually, Chris. I remember I used to sing in the choir, funny enough, in Wales, and my aunt was very into all that. I remember we used to have to go around in a minibus around Christmas time, singing Christmas carols outside people's houses, boo, go away, and all that. But I would say though, there was always music in the house. So I was always surrounded by music. My mum was always listening or singing or. But the funny thing is, and I've talked to a few of my friends who had parents who were musicians, it was embarrassing. I don't remember anything fun about it. Because if I went to the pub and someone started playing the piano, and my mum started singing, I knew I was going to be stuck in there for the duration. Oh no, here she goes. Yeah. But for sure, it had some impact on me.
Well, for you guys, I mean, you're all from comprehensive schools in North London. To think, I could be in a band, rather like I did. I can never go at that. I mean, and then like I said, it's quite the essence of creativity, because you took what you loved, mixed it with a bit of this. It was a bit of Fairground, there was a bit of Roxy, there was a bit of Deaf School, there was Ska, and then you added yourself. So that's the essence of taking what you have around you. And from the big, well, of course, you just evolved really, I suppose. But what made you think you could do it? What gave you the nose, we say, to do it?
Well, what it was, I was very fortunate that there was a gang in Kentish Town called the Aldenham Glamour Boys, and they were quite notorious. And their main thing was graffiti. And there's a book from America called Street something or other, and I remember Mike, our keyboard player, saying we can do better graffiti than that. You know what I mean? And that's the attitude, isn't it? We can do it better than that. And so he started doing things like 3-dimensional trains coming out of walls and all that. It was amazing.
I remember them because I was living in Kentish Town then.
Yeah.
When you started on the old the pub on Parkway.
So they used to walk along what was the old North London line and spray up all the stations way before what we now see as the modern graffiti. And so I knew all their names. Mr. B, Kicks, our saxophone player, they were all graffiti names. And ironically, they were kind of like, it was like social media. You go in a pub and you hear someone go, Kicks, go, "Oh, you the fella who does the?"
Yeah.
Says, "Yeah, I know you. Yeah, well, obviously by your work.
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
want to call."
yeah.
But anyway, I bumped into that lot, and they were starting a band, and I had no notion of singing, but the singer that they had left, and I was very charismatic. I was a little bit younger than them, and at this point, I'd already established myself as Suggs.
Yeah,
I was doing my own graffiti,
yeah.
and the epochal moment of that was when I got done for a fray, and I was in the juvenile court at Highbury Magistrates, and my mum was having a fag out the window, and there opposite was Highbury railway station with Suggs. 6 foot letters. And my mum turns to me and goes, "Isn't that the stupid name they call you?"
You might be.
I don't know anything
I'm
about
not
him.
sure.
I don't know
Might
anything
be.
about him.
But that's a perfect example of creativity, especially now. I mean, those kids, you know, the first graffiti people in America, they didn't have access to like canvases they couldn't afford anything. So what they do, they go nick a few cans of spray paint and stick it on the most immediate canvas they have, a wall.
And
so
then you get people like Keith Haring, you know what I mean, who becomes very, very successful.
And Banksy.
Yes.
Lest we forget.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
so I mean, you know, it is
an outlet for your creativity.
And I think that's what I mean. I think now is good because it's going to be there's you know, things are a bit weird at the moment, and I'm hoping that out of this something interesting and will come because
we did an interview the other day, and you expressed exactly what I feel. You know, I've been through 3 or 4 recessions now, as you very concisely explained, and I'll paraphrase you if you don't mind. I'm not pretending to nick your ideas, all right? Is in the 70s we had punk, in the 80s we had hip hop in New York, we said all that, and I agree. Hopefully something comes out of this. I mean, this lockdown for me, for sure, has given me a lot of things I didn't know, like nature, for instance. I mean, I'm not going on about it, but I was saying to you earlier, I didn't realise flowers lasted. I mean, when you buy them from a garage, they're done by the weekend.
That's right. Yeah.
Survive.
They do. You can look at them a few times. Yeah, but also, of course, you know, in these lockdown things, people are discovering things that they were like you painted. Yeah, I've got into painting. I mean, I was quite good at school, but my art teacher didn't like me. It was just one of them. Yeah.
You know, I had the great tragedy, not only of being completely wayward, but you know, everyone goes on. They had one teacher that really inspired them. Yeah, I didn't. And even my art teacher didn't like me.
You had a few teachers just hit you.
Just hated me. They just hated me.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, the Welsh Grammar School. Oh, and he had to go for the cane, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I made the terrible mistake of passing my 11 plus.
Yeah.
All my mates, I saw them going that way down to the secondary modern. I was the only one going up the hill.
Yeah.
And suddenly I'm in the grammar school. But I got the cane on a number of occasions. And what it was with the headmaster, it was like he brought out this little box. He thought, that can't be too bad. And he opened it like
Bash box, it was called.
And it was like, you know, pure cruelty, really slowly. And then he started putting it together like a fishing rod.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it wasn't that big.
No.
And it was, and it would cut through your flesh. Yeah. On the hands, fortunately.
Yeah. But I guess, you know, I mean, you still came out of that, though, managed to do your thing, and then that just goes to show.
Well, I mean, the only other thing I would say is that short period at the grammar school did kind of give me a bit of vocabulary. You know, you had to keep reading and all that, and learn these poems and stuff, which mean nothing to me now.
Yeah.
But also, the great fortune I also had was my mum always had books. You know, she was a great reader.
Yes.
So I would get lost in books.
Yeah.
You know, Anthony Burgess and Paul Thoreau, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I like
So I think vocabulary is a great tool, you know, for trying to get yourself out of where you are.
Yeah. Also, the world of books introduces you to other worlds. You know, I mean, that's what's great. It takes you out of your, like with me, the reason I was because simply when I walked home from school, primary school, the library was on the way home. My mother was always working, and she was a cleaner, school cleaner at the time. So she wasn't in, so I'd pop in and get some books.
Yeah.
And I think that's
excitement,
it's so important, I think, for young people to read.
What's it called? The Golden Sword. Like Poland. I suddenly had a flashback. And the excitement of really being into a book, and you couldn't wait to get onto the next chapter. Yeah. I keep on trying to get my son to read, but I think it's these days it's because it shouldn't be a school thing. It should be a pleasure thing, painting. Like painting. But another thing is, I mean, I always say to people, like I'm trying to tell my son and lots of other young people, find what you like. If you find something you like, then you'll be good at it, and it's not work. I think that's the secret of life, isn't it? Well, this is what I'm saying about people I know who had enlightened teachers, and they were the ones who said, don't worry about the curriculum. What do you like? And really get involved in it. Yeah.
because I mean, you know,
because history and all that came to me much later on as well.
yeah,
But that's another story altogether, because the history I was learning was, you know, the pink bits on the map and all the kings' names in order
Yeah.
and all that, and it didn't mean anything
No.
to me whatsoever.
no.
But if you'd said to me, you know, Scottish pirates or something like
Yes.
that, then I would have been bang into it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's how you teach,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it? My
yeah.
son's learning about the Weimar Republic at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah,
As soon as I told him, you know, like the drugs and the hookers and all that, you know, he's interested now.
Yeah,
But primarily before it was all he thought it was about politics. But
Well,
it's
here's
not.
one for me, right? The East India Company, right? I had no interest in colonization,
Yeah.
but when you hear about these 15 merchants who started this basically piracy,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
conquering other countries, it's fascinating.
Isn't
But
it?
yeah, how it's proposed is what
Yeah.
makes it interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, we'll have a little break now and we'll watch the movie. Okay, so here.
So just gobbling my lunch down here. Late dinner. So that finished a bit quick, didn't it? He's out there. We've got some people out here. We've got Kathy Kirby. Gosh, Kathy Kirby from Norfolk. Graham Andre on the Isle of Wight. He loved the fact that the Suggs was talking about books there with Chris. Great to hear about the importance of books. Kathy Kirby there spotting that Suggs's mum was his guiding light, an absent father. I do hope you're all going to be able to stay around for the screening of the Suggs movie, which is My Life. We're going to, because of copyright, we are going to live stream that, and that's an amazing treat. We're going to live stream Suggs's film, but I want to shut this stream down first and then start another one. So I'm going to stop this stream, and then we're going to start another one in a couple of minutes. So go and get yourself another beer. We've got some cooking lager on the go here. We've worked hard for this. I don't have too much. And we'll be back. I don't know what's going on down by the campfire. Looks like that camera's gone off, so I can't take you down there. Hello, young lady. How are you doing? Do you want to come say something to everybody on the internet? You don't want to? Okay, well, not to worry. That's fine. That's all. Lovely dinner, Gemma. Thank you very much. Gemma can come and say hello. Come and say hello to everybody. Gemma's our camp cookess.
Hello, hi. I'm doing paella this evening for everyone.
Hi, Ella, for everyone this evening. Come over this way a little bit. That's better. Not too close. You don't want to come too close to me. Don't know what I've got. You're going to come and stand by your mum. We won't be able to see you because you're quite low unless your mum lifts you up. Do you want to come in? You are now. What's her name?
This is Elodie.
Elodie.
Elodie, say hello to everybody over there. It's
That camera over there. Can you wave to that camera? Little thing on. That's it. That's lovely. Are you having a nice time?
What's your favourite bit?
The disco.
We haven't had the disco yet.
Well, you know it's coming, don't you?
Are you looking forward to the disco?
Yeah.
We're going to have a kids disco tomorrow afternoon with DJ Nina Love, and it's just for kids. And what we're going to do is we're going to let you dance in front of this green screen. Can you see on that screen there? Look, can you see that you and your mum are in front of a mirror ball and a wigwam? But it's not behind us, is it? Look, that's not what's behind us, is it? Isn't that strange? But when I press this button, look, I press that button and that button and that button. Hang on, what's going on here? Press that one. We're actually in front of a green screen. But now when I press that, it's all a bit like magic, isn't it? So tomorrow night, if you dance in front of that green screen for everybody at home, all the boys and girls, we can pretend you're dancing on the moon. We can pretend you're dancing in a disco in Saturday Night Fever. We could pretend you're dancing on the beach, and we could pretend you're dancing in all sorts of places in the kids' disco. And if the boys and girls do a video call, you know what FaceTime video calls are like that. If they do that and they've got a green screen, we can pretend they are here.
That's amazing.
Do you like it here?
I do.
And what's the favourite thing here?
I like all the trees, all the trees and all the flowers.
You like the trees and
You like the trees and the flowers, do you? And where are you staying?
I'm staying in my daddy's van.
You're sleeping in your daddy's van. Fantastic. Well, that's lovely. I'm glad you're in with your daddy, because we've got to be very careful with the social distancing, haven't we? We're all actually in a bubble this weekend, us, and all the public will be kept separately. We've got thousands of people coming for our art trail. I'll let you go and carry on with what you're doing. Thank you. Say night to everybody.
Good night.
Night. Thank you for coming. Be careful you don't trip over that megaphone there. So we're going to go off air now, and we're going to come back in a few minutes with Suggs. So thank you very much. I'm just going to play out with this little film that we put together earlier. Hope it's not going to be too loud. Here we go. Oh, why isn't that playing? Oh, it is. I stopped it. Oh, come on. Oh, just can't get the staff, can you?